Welcome to Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul. Today is Monday, July the 20th, 2020. Paul Brees is in Brentwood, Tennessee tonight. I am in Atlanta, Georgia. Fresh off my round trip from Augusta that started at 8 a.m. this morning and went down there, stayed for about 45 minutes driving around and drove right back and got back about 4:30. So I'm a little wiped. A little bit wiped out today. So, you've got a pretty much an empty house, right, Brees?
Yeah. I mean, it's been kind of a crazy day. My family took off to the beach. Some of them yesterday, some of them today. But I was awakened. Is that the proper term?
It depends. Yes.
Yeah. At 6:30 a.m. this morning by a call from the Brentwood Police Department.
What?
And obviously, when you get a call from the Brentwood Police Department, you immediately
you wake up.
Yeah. There was a house burglary nearby and maybe stole a vehicle, and the suspects bailed on the car around our area, and they just said, "Hey, we just want to make you on an alert, and you may want to bring your pets in." So I'm thinking I'm going to leave my pets out there because I got one dog that would, create some havoc. But anyway,
I mean, for those of you listeners that don't know, Brentwood's a pretty high crime area. So that's probably like a daily occurance for you.
No,
you don't need an alarm clock. You just wait for the police to call you and tell you there's been a crime committed near your house.
Yeah, this is a once in a year kind of news deal. But anyway, dodgeball camp also takes place in Brentwood, and normally we take the kids outside to do certain activities, and we were on lockdown as well, so a lot of indoor action today. A lot of indoor dodgeball action today.
Now, again, on that same note, like when you're taking them out, I mean, the last week has been, I don't know what it's been like up there, but here it's been
it's miserable.
Blistering hot.
Yeah, it's miserable. We don't keep them out there.
Okay, so y'all don't have to abide by any of the temperature regulations, or do you? Or you just play?
Well, yeah, we do. I mean, we only keep them out there for 30-minute segments.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's playing it smart.
Hey, listen. When we were growing up, we were not allowed to come in.
Yeah.
During days like this.
Yeah. And you stay out, and the last thing you want to do is get caught coming in and out multiple times.
Do not open that door.
What are you doing opening the door? Why do you keep opening the door? What am I trying to do? Am I trying to cool the whole neighborhood? Why do you keep – hey, shut the door. Well, you can't shut the door? Come on.
Yeah. And, on the same lines of that, Adam, is what? You don't want to finish your meal? There's a lot of starving kids out there.
How many – the starving kid rhetoric – That was definitely heard. You've got we need to definitely finish that plate. There's a lot of kids out there that would appreciate that, those green beans and those lima beans. So don't take it for granted. Being on the road today, obviously I was unable to monitor anything, and this was a big day. And we'll get to that. The big part of what is going to impact a lot of people. And we didn't lead with that. We're leading with Antonio Brown. And Antonio Brown decides that he's going to retire again, and he did it via Twitter. So I guess we don't have to watch any more of his insane, crazy workout videos. So he won't be posting any more of those. Again, my theory on him is kind of like my theory, and we talked about this with Jordan a second ago. I think everybody can agree that Kanye West is probably mentally ill. Okay, he's got some demons, and I think Antonio Brown's the same. I don't think they're caused by the same affliction. I do believe that Antonio Brown is suffering from CTE. I think that is he's gotten hit one too many times, and you can trace a lot of his behavior and poor decisions probably to that fact. And that's just a theory. Nothing, I'm not. I mean, I am an athletic trainer and I am an expert on that sort of stuff. But I'm just offering an opinion for you guys. What does this mean? Anything?
Absolutely not.
Antonio Brown, no.
Antonio Brown, we'll see you in about, I would say training camp and then maybe a preseason game. I'll see you in about 3 weeks, Antonio Brown, or 4 weeks, when there are two things going to happen: when he gets bored, or a NFL team has some issues at wide receiver with positive tests, possibly.
Yep.
And Antonio Brown's like, wait a minute now, hold on.
Yeah.
Suck it up for a few games.
Here's the thing with him is, he posts all these workout videos, but I don't think he really likes to practice. Practice on somebody else's. He likes to do his own thing. He always has.
Yeah.
So this is just him doing his own thing, biding his time, like you said, until an opportunity arises, and boom, there he is again. Available.
Listen.
He's making himself available to everyone if they want to roll the dice and take the chances.
He couldn't work under Belichick. He couldn't work under Gruden. I don't know. Pete Carroll may be your only option left.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to have enough patience for this guy other than Carroll.
So, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Again, whatever it'll be theatrical and it'll be entertaining. All right, next topic. This was the big one for me. This is the one that I was trying to monitor on my way back from Augusta, because the GHSA, which is the high school ruling body for athletics, had a board of trustees meeting today at 1 p.m. So I was like trying to check, but I was driving, so I could not do that. So I had to wait. And I kept having my kids check, Abby, check the GHSA Twitter feed. Leslie, check the GHSA Twitter feed. So finally at like 3:30, we get word that they are pushing back the start date to September the 4th. So the games, they will not have any, the season will not officially start until the week of September the 4th, which is, I believe, I think that's Labor Day. Official game won't be until September 8th. They're not abridging the schedule. They're not cutting games out. So they're going to have a 10-game season with 5 rounds of playoffs, just like normal.
Wow.
Basically is going to put the state championship on December the 25th and 26th, because it's 2 days worth, because we have 7 classifications and then you have some 2 or 3 private school classifications that they play on those 2 days.
Now, does Georgia still play their state championship is it Georgia State?
They now play it at Georgia State Stadium. They did for years. They played it at the Georgia Dome and then Mercedes-Benz. And the Mercedes-Benz, the first year they did, the year they did it at Mercedes-Benz was the 1 year they did it at Mercedes-Benz was the second year of the contract with the stadium club or society or ownership group.
Right.
So as soon as they had that 1 year left and they changed to Mercedes-Benz, well, they had to renegotiate a new deal. Well, the stadium authority, I think for 2 years, I think it was like $150,000 a year with the old deal. So the new deal comes up. They're like, hey, we need $300,000 a year to play these games here. So GHSA was like, no, we're not doing that. So they changed it and they moved it and they signed a deal with Georgia State Stadium, which is formerly Turner Field, which has now been configured for football, which is where we played our state championship final.
Wait a minute. You're saying that Georgia State plays on the old Turner Field?
Yes. They purchased it from the city of Atlanta for a song and have renovated it and revamped it and reconfigured it for football, and it's absolutely amazing.
How far is Georgia State from the stadium, the campus?
Georgia State campus is right downtown. Like, you take the Capitol and you just basically walk south about 3/4 of a mile and you're on the campus.
Okay.
You just take Capitol Avenue right downtown, and the buildings are kind of spread out in different places downtown, but there's a general area that they occupy.
So do you think this is a good call by Georgia?
I think that they were getting a lot of pressure. Believe it or not, what's funny, they were getting a lot of pressure from parents to play.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
But here's my next question. Are they still on the same time frame for pads and
Yes. What they're going to do is the first official day of practice is now the 27th, which is next Monday.
Okay.
They'll be able to go in helmets only that week, and then the first day they can have a full padded practice is August 1st, which would be a Saturday, which I'm sure every team will practice that Saturday in full pads.
Have they said anything about spectators?
They have not said anything about spectators, and Josh is texting me right now, and they have not said anything about that. Now, think about the GHSA. They make recommendations. So what they're doing is they're leaving this open. They're saying, look, we're pushing everything back, but everything else, I believe, is going to be either a school district or like a school district policy or a school district decision. So Cobb County School District, which has 18 high schools in it or whatever,
Right.
they will be the ones to say, okay, we're going to go with this GHSA recommendation of the season being pushed back 2 weeks, but we're going to, limit the games to only essential personnel or 300 fans, or however many we can get in our stadiums to socially distance and have them wear a mask. I don't know. We remember talking to Jay when we interviewed him, saying he and his athletic director had already been out to their stadium,
right,
and skipping a row and doing 6 feet on the other rows. Their home stands would accommodate 300 people. So I'm thinking that it's going to be a 3 to 5. If they say spectators but limited number, I think they could limit it to, it would be 300 to 500 people, and I think probably parents would get first dibs. I don't know how would you do that? How would you, if you were in charge, how would you regulate who gets to see the games and not?
I would assume it would be like a graduation kind of deal.
Yeah, where you would have like tickets, like each player gets so many tickets.
Yeah.
And they can give them to whoever they want. Maybe that's maybe the best thing. But one of the things that's going to stink is like our student section was one of the rowdiest and probably most involved that we've ever had in the last couple of years. And that's going to be missing completely. Do you include cheerleaders? Are they counted in the count? Do they get to go to the games? Do they get to be on the sidelines socially distanced? So there's a lot of questions to be answered. I mean, I texted our AD. He said that we're having a county AD meeting on Thursday, in which we'll probably find out a lot of those answers. So it's just going to be interesting how it moves forward. This was the first step. So this was the first shoe to drop, as the GHSA making that decision. Unlike California, which just said, you know what, we're such a hotbed right now, we're just delaying all sports until January or December or January. Now, the GHSA said all other sports just continue as planned. So
really?
Yeah. So now, I don't know about spectators for softball, cross country, volleyball, those fall sports that everybody's engaged in. I don't know. They're just saying that the competition dates have not been changed for those sports. They just pushed back football 2 weeks, keeping it a full season. So again, like we say, Paul, it's a day thing. We're continuing just to monitor it day by day.
Well, I think California, as you talked about delaying till December, January, has the greatest benefit of weather. Oh, and that a December out there is a March in Georgia.
Yeah, it's 65 degrees instead of 78. Yeah.
So, they could kind of pull that off.
Yeah.
I think, with Georgia, you guys are talking to like backing it or keeping it the same schedule, state championships backed up a little bit. And I'll tell you what, if I knew somebody was playing that state championship game on December 20th or whatever, I don't know the official date. You may know it, but
it's going to be Christmas.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the when we played on December 13th this past year, I mean, it was about 40 degrees and raining. It was miserable.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pouring down rain. So it's an outdoor venue, which is a drawback when you go. One of the drawbacks from having it at Georgia State versus Mercedes-Benz, obviously, where it's nice and plush and indoors. But yeah, California does have the weather, which is a big plus for them.
Well, my last take on this part is this. Georgia, as you talked about dropping the shoe, here comes the domino. Tennessee's next. It's coming this week, the big vote. So
okay,
we'll see how this kind of translate. And I'm sure that Tennessee always is looking over their shoulder to Georgia, Alabama, Kentucky, anybody in connection of Tennessee, just to see what's going on because they don't want to obviously be the stepsister of this whole thing.
Yeah. Just kind of be in line with the other states in the region, I would think so. All right, so your background tonight, as we get to our next topic, is your boy over there. I didn't find this out till you told me. So he's gonna be throwing out the first pitch in an empty stadium at Nationals Park, apparently. Correct?
Yeah, Dr. Fauci. Yeah, opening day, throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. Listen, will he be wearing a mask? That's gonna be a big question.
I guarantee he'll be wearing a mask.
This guy has gone through a lot. And listen, sometimes I feel like he knows what he's talking about, and sometimes I feel like he don't have a clue. Dr. Fauci, what are you talking about? First you say it's okay not to wear a mask. Now you got to wear a mask. I mean, it's just back and forth. And, this guy's taking a lot of body blows and a lot of Mike Tyson uppercuts. But, hey, you know what? A gesture of goodwill, the MLB says, come on, Dr. Fauci.
Yeah.
Loosen up there. Loosen up the arm. Dr. Fauci, former college athlete. So
he might be bringing the hard stuff.
He may be bringing the heat.
You never know. This is going to be – is he – okay, you think he's going to be in scrubs or is he going to be wearing a Nationals jersey?
No. Yeah, I think they're going to find something for him. Here's what I do know. There will not be a standing ovation for him at the end.
No, we'll pump in some crowd noise. Okay, we'll pump in some fake crowd noise for Dr. Fauci once he completes the pitch. Yeah, that they're going to have to retire that ball because it will have been touched too many times.
That's right.
So that will not be a ball that it stays in play. All right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Dr. Fauci, on that great honor. I'm sure you'll do the nation proud. All right. Next topic. Now, this is a surprise topic because you didn't even know what this is.
No clue.
No clue. See, I like that.
Obviously, every time you do this, I'm just like, I'm never stunned. I can't wait to hear what this is.
All right. 7 years ago today.
All right. 2013.
2013. This was
July.
This was a huge day for both of us. Okay. And gamers everywhere.
Yes, I do know what it is.
This is the 7th anniversary of the release of the greatest video game ever. NCAA 2014.
Yes.
NCAA football, college football 2014. Denard Robinson on the cover. I have it for PlayStation 3, and I think it will play on my PlayStation 4. I think. Yeah. I would assume that it would.
I'm not going to lie to you, Adam. After we got the Coach Doug's and Big Cat, all that momentum that he brought it back out during the quarantine, and I found it. My son Connor, who's 21, he dusted it off, and we threw it in the Xbox. Hey, it works. Now, I got some bad news for you.
Uh-oh.
I played 3 seasons.
All right.
Music City Bowl, winner, Okay. Let's see. What's the bowl in Orlando?
Outback.
Capital One Bowl.
Capital One Bowl. Used to be
winner.
Outback.
Third season, national champions.
Natty.
Yes.
You turned that thing around, son.
I am playing. I just beat Texas A&M in the SEC championship. I'm playing South Carolina for my back-to-back. I go back to get ready to play the other day, and I go on there, and it says corrupt file, and it's gone.
Oh,
my whole season, my whole dynasty is gone.
Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal.
Yeah. And the only dynasty there is my son's Vanderbilt dynasty.
That's even worse.
I know.
That's even worse.
And even worse than that is when I played a game just for fun.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt Stadium is full of people. That's not even close to what's happening.
Were they people for the other team? Like were they Alabama fans at the Alabama game?
I don't know if I told you this story, but 3 years ago, I saw Vanderbilt's home schedule. Kansas State, they travel. Manhattan, those people are crazy. Georgia,
oh yeah.
Alabama. Hey, I bought season tickets for 4 people. No, maybe 2 or 4. I can't remember. It's been 3 years. I sold the Alabama game and went to every other game for free. And Alabama rolled Vandy like 59-0. Vandy had beaten like Kansas State, and they were like 3-0, and they were going against Alabama. And all of a sudden, all of these Vandy fans come out of the woodwork, and I sold them, and they got rolled. But it was a season paid for. Now, when they played Alabama State, plenty of seats available.
Yeah.
When they played Massachusetts, plenty of seats available. Even to the fact that I caught an extra point. My season tickets were behind the goalpost in the horseshoe. There was no one around. Cleanly caught it. And then there's a lot of pressure to throw the ball back to the guy down on the field.
Oh, yeah.
So I dialed it in, man. So it was
I doubt that you were on TV at the UMass game, but there's a lot of pressure there.
I was not on TV. Not at all.
All right. So, again, landmark day in video game history today. And, boy, there's nothing like, creating your own player. Like, how many times did I create my own player playing for the University of Kentucky? Adam Freeman, halfback, number 20. I even created a Lipscomb team.
Nice.
Bisons. And they were pretty dominant. They like to keep the ball on the ground, though. All right, so one of my things is I'll always look forward to this next one because it's Brees's NBA bubble update. So what you got for me today? I know there's got somebody.
You know what? Not a lot shaking. Here's the good news: 0 positive tests.
I did see that,
and they test a lot down there.
Yes.
So the bubble is working now.
They're testing daily.
Here are some of the activities that the NBA guys are getting into. Besides shotgunning beers, cornhole, ping pong tournaments. Some of the guys that are going out and playing golf that me and you could go out and take all their money. They're horrible, but they're out there playing.
Yeah.
They give them those boats that you can go around Disney and boat around. But here's the one thing that has caught my attention in this whole bubble thing. Everybody all of a sudden likes to go fishing. And I think some of these guys have never gone fishing before. I think it's a brand new deal. And there are hundreds of Instagram stories or Twitter feeds that show an NBA player holding a fish. Now, one of the NBA analysts, I can't remember who it was, says that poor fish has been caught 99 times.
It looks like the same fish. I know.
So, JaVale McGee, Lakers. He is. I think he's out to his 5th episode. Not too bad. Not too bad of a watch.
He's getting like 500,000 views on these things.
I mean, it is
or
100%.
more. It's crazy.
Oh, sure.
Crazy.
And he one of the funny facts watching his YouTube video was he went down to breakfast. I think he's, hey, give Disney credit. They have to bag all those meals up. They got to separate the vegan to the non-vegan. They've got to make sure the what am I trying to say?
Allergies and stuff like that. I mean,
yeah.
it's like they're a nutritional department in a hospital.
So he picks up his bag, and the handle comes off, and it spills all over the ground. His eggs container flies open and drops it. So what's he do? He goes and looks to see if there's any extra. J.R. Smith, the only person that has not come to pick up their bag for breakfast. Tempted to just take his eggs. I guess he realized, hey, I'm filming myself. I don't want to get caught stealing his eggs. So he FaceTimes J.R. Smith and says, hey, can I have your eggs? J.R. Smith says, yeah, I don't care. J.R. Smith's probably still sleeping.
Yeah, that's
but just
hilarious.
That's
and here's my take on that too. Can you imagine if we, jumped in the time machine and we go back 30 years and this happens in 1990? Can you imagine all those NBA dudes in a bubble? They'd be killing each other. They'd be absolutely killing each other. There'd be fights. I mean, can you imagine the 90 Detroit Pistons on the same floor with like the Celtics or the Bulls?
Yeah.
I mean, and these guys, like you said, they're having ping pong tournaments and going fishing together. It's just funny to think about that. But anyway, so that gets us to our human interest story of the day. And I got a little lead in here just because I got a little surprise.
You've been on the road.
I've been on the road. So that's what got me to this human interest story. But just to preempt that just for a second, I come home, I pull in the driveway, and so we had it on Waze, even though we know how to get home. So we had it on Waze, and we were like, okay, Abby was just like updating me on the ETA like every 2 minutes, And so we get home, and I let them out, and I go to the mail, and I get the mail, and I come back, and I see that there's a package on our front porch. And it is tall, slender, and I know exactly what it is. It's my new putter. My new putter came today. So I've been knocking it around the extra bedroom on the putting green.
Okay.
Just trying to get the feel for it because I'm playing Wednesday morning. So that was just a little bit of something brighten my day a little bit. All right. Now this did not brighten my day. Okay. Now, been on the road for about 6 hours. Okay, we're coming back from Augusta. The interstate in about a 3-mile stretch goes down to 1 lane. Okay. Now I'm okay with road improvements. That's not my problem here. I'm okay with if the road breaks down, you gotta repair it every now and then. You gotta have crews out there to do it. You gotta slow down for the crews. I get that. Sometimes you gotta block a whole lane off. Okay. And when they do that, they generally give the driver plenty of room. Hey, down to 1 lane, 1 mile ahead. Hey, half a mile. 1,500 feet, whatever. My pet peeve is these jacklegs that once you get in the left lane, they stay in the right lane and they want to try and pick up 3-4 spots in front of you. So I go old school NASCAR on them. I go blocking. I'm the blocking maneuver. I'm half and half, and you can imagine this.
First of all, you don't even have a car that would be a blocking car.
Oh, today I did.
Oh, you were driving something else.
Oh, I was driving the Pilot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That can take up some space. So I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and here comes these guys just blowing by us on the right-hand side. I'm like, no, we're not doing this. So I start blocking. All of a sudden, everybody behind me takes the hint. They start blocking too. They're like, we're done with this. So now we got about 3 cars back there behind me, straddling the lanes, keep going around us.
Yeah.
That if they have to go around us, they got to go in the emergency lane and risk hitting a pylon. So my driving pet peeve is people that don't merge when you're told to merge a mile out. That's why traffic stops, because all these guys rush down to the end, and all of a sudden they're out of lane, and they're at stopped, and now they're trying to get over, and they're messing it up for everybody. That's my pet peeve.
Hey, that's why this guy, because people don't listen.
I'm just as frustrated as Fauci is. Fauci wants you to wear a mask. I want you to merge. It's the same thing. Okay? Just merge, people. We give you plenty of time to get on over. We give you plenty of warning. Fauci did the same thing. He told you, you don't listen. You do whatever you want to do. That's my driving pet peeve. Now, Brees, you've made plenty of road trips. I know you've got to have a driving pet peeve.
That's why I love to fly. Listen, my driving pet peeve. Hey, we're on the interstate. We slow down. We're going to a crawl about 10 to 15 miles an hour.
That was us.
You try to figure out what's going on up there. You check Waze to see if anybody's messaged anything about, hey, there's a wreck up here. Finally, you start picking up the pace. You can't see anything, but you look over on the opposite side of the interstate, and there's a cop pulled somebody over. Everybody wants to rubberneck and see what's going on, and they've slowed down. Stop it, people. Stop it. You guys are killing me.
Yeah, the rubbernecking has got to go. It's got to go. Now, I can understand rubbernecking to a certain extent. Now, we were on our way to Augusta today. Listen, on the other side of the interstate, car on fire.
Okay.
How?
Yeah.
Now,
That's legal.
To my credit, once I saw the flames, seen it before, I keep going. I'm not, plus the median, like the little concrete wall is almost too high where you can't really get a good look at it. But
right.
this thing was so involved that the flames were so high you could see it from over the giant concrete divider there. So maybe there's certain things that warrant a good rubbernecking, but this was not. What you're saying is not one of them. Somebody getting a ticket on the other side of the interstate your pedal should not come off the gas for that. Absolutely not. All right. Well,
another good one, man.
Yeah, another great episode tonight. We're going to hit you guys up with another one tomorrow. Had a great interview with Andrew Wilson. We'll be putting that one out on Thursday. So hope you guys enjoy that. We'll get plenty of advertising for that and posting it on our social media. So you can click on it and have a listen or go to YouTube and watch that. All right, folks, for Adam Freeman and Paul Brees in Brentwood, Tennessee, you've been listening to Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul.